Hey everybody, welcome back to the basement. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for our year in review for the year 2023. Let's go. So where have we been in the year 2023? Well, it's been a really busy year for the channel, busy year for me personally, professionally, just lots of stuff going on. We started this year with episode 7 of the Hobby Shop Hop, and believe it or not, we are already about to publish episode 26 here at the beginning of 2024. So that means we visited a whole bunch of hobby shops in the year 2023, which is great. It was fun content to produce for the channel. It's something that I hope you all enjoyed as well. We started off the year with about 5,800 subscribers at right around January 5th or so of 2023. We are over 11,400 subscribers today, and it's January 3rd, 2024. So about a year later, we're at about 11,400 subscribers. So that is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. I think my hope was to hit 8,000 subscribers during our last year in review. And so to be able to have surpassed that by over 3,000 is really inspiring for me. It feels really good, and I can't thank all of you enough for that, because it's your time that you take viewing this channel and hitting that subscribe button and following along with the content and engaging in comments and the positive messages and so forth that really make it fun for me to continue to do this work. So thank you all so much. We were able to do 87 videos this year. That's simple math, over one video a week. A lot of times we were coming out with a video on Wednesday and then again either on Saturday or Sunday, especially towards the end of the year. That's really how we ended things. I don't know if I can keep that pace up for 2024. I've got a lot of stuff going on that is going to keep me really, really busy. Hoping to maybe do one a week or one every 2 weeks is the pace that I'm hoping that I can keep. Shorts were obviously something that were really popular this year. We'll continue to publish shorts as the year goes on, but 87 full videos is a lot of work to do. And so I don't know if I'm going to keep that this year, but we'll give it the old college try. So let's go ahead and dive in. Where did we start? Well, we started with the Greenberg show, which was in Oaks, Pennsylvania. First time I had ever gone there. A lot of smaller scale stuff there. There's a G-scale layout in the show, which was pretty cool to see. I was able to sneak out of there with just a few supplies for the layout, though. Nothing too... All right, not long after that, we did our Strasbourg video. So we had the number 31, the 060 was finally arrived, and my buddy John dropped that off for us to run here with all of his Strasbourg cars and coaches. So that was pretty neat to be able to see here on the layout. Then the Strasbourg snowplow finally arrived. That was a custom run that we did with Metka. Super exciting that finally came in. Only 100 of those were made, and I get asked a lot where people could buy them after that video came out, but sorry, only 100 were made. So maybe we'll do them again sometime soon. Then the Aberdeen set came in. This was a long-awaited, the Purple Train from that catalog a few years ago. We only had 2 cars that were in at the time, waited on the heavyweights, and they only just arrived towards the end of this year. But what a beautiful set that is. Well, then we got to go visit the home of Dan Danielson, and you'll see his basement here. His collection is one of the largest collections I've ever seen. He had every box set from like the end of 30s through 40s. Really great video to go check out if you haven't seen it yet. Coming back from Dan's, we were at Toy Trains and Collectibles, which was his store, and I picked up my Rocket set, which was a long-awaited set that I was excited to have, that has that beautiful UP-ES 44 heading it off with some awesome, really unique flat cars with the rocket booster. Then I was able to finally pick up my own triplex. This is a PS3 MTH triplex that I picked up from my friend Ryan from the Detroit 3-Railers. Beautiful engine, got to run it with some of those Erie hoppers, those coal hoppers that I have from my Angus set. So that was really nice. Then my buddy Tony from the Rambles, he dropped off the other set of Norfolk Southern OCS engines. These are the Reading and Northern F units, and they are really, really nice. I was able to run these around the layout with some of the Reading Northern coaches that are old Lionel stock that my buddy John from the Lower Susquehanna Valley Modular Club had. He dropped those off so we could run those around the layout. We then decided, why not? Let's hook them up with their old OCS friends from the Aberdeen set and had some fun with that. All right, then Trains hooked us up with a New York Central Hudson. This was the first Hudson that I had on my layout that wasn't a friend's. And so we ran it with the Southwest Limited cars that I picked up from my friend Jason from the Chicago area. And so those were beautiful cars. We were able to run that around with that Legacy Hudson, which was a really cool to be able to do. Then I was in Disney for the half marathon with my wife when people were posting about the Allentown first thaw show, which was in the springtime, and saw this beautiful Penn Central Turbo train, had to get it. And so I was able to pick that up through some proxy buyers that were at the Allentown show. What a cool train. And then Metka delivered with the Panama Canal Railway F40PH, which is a super cool train, super cool engine. We were able to run that around the layout and hang on to it for a couple weeks. Has the lighted dash, which is really cool feature in that. We also got to use some of their demonstrator switchers that Metka had done as well, so some of those custom runs. And then we were able to offer a deal for folks at the Spring York show that if you mentioned the video, you're able to save a couple dollars on those purchases, which is pretty fun. Maybe we'll get to do that with Metka again soon. Then it was Angus time. The new PS3 Angus with whistle steam finally arrived, and I did pick one up from my friends at Toy Trains and Collectibles in Manassas, Virginia. I had picked up my old PS3 one that was new old stock from them about a year or so earlier, but I wanted the one with whistle steam, so I ended up selling my old one back to them, and then obviously had to cover some cash on top because it was a newer model, it was unused, and had the whistle steam. But I'm really happy that I picked it up. A couple downers, though, with that one. It doesn't have the darkened side rods, and it didn't have a front electro coupler. But it's still a really cool engine. The whistle steam is really cool. All right, and then it was time for the Spring York show. So always fun to do the vlog for the Spring York show. Not sure if many people like the vlog style or just a short recap video and a haul video. I enjoy doing the whole vlog thing so people that can't go kind of get that feeling. So let's check that out.
All right, it's Friday morning, day 2 of York. So right now it's about 7:15. Get some coffee, get some breakfast here, and then get these kids up and ready to go. And then we're gonna head out in right around 8 o'clock. We'll head up to the show. Should get us there around 8:45 before it opens up. Then we have an awesome day.
Oh, I know that. All right, now, come on.
No, but I have. Huh? No, but I have.
Nope, we should.
And then the SD70s came in, the new Heritage units, and we were able to run one of the new Kadee engines with the older Kadee engine that I had picked up at York. So a little bit of double trouble there, which was a pretty cool thing to be able to do. Another Metka custom run, the SD24. This was a New York Central paint scheme came in, so we got to run that around the layout a little bit. Really cool lightning paint stream, but definitely a fantasy scheme, but still I think you could get followed that up with the Mogul that finally arrived. These were long awaited and anticipated to run better than the previous Moguls where they had some severe gearbox issues. We were able to run the Denver Rio Grande version from Metka, as well as my Strasbourg 89 that I had picked up as well. So really cool little engines. They ran really well. A couple of them did have issues going through some fast track switches. That was covered by Sean from Sean's Train Depot. He kind of talked about a fix for that, but mine fortunately ran fine on my Ross switches. We then got to run the new Penn Central GG1, which I picked up at York. Did a little testing with some future catenary action that we're going to have here on the layout. But that's a beautiful set that I was able to pick up from the Trains booth at Spring York, and super happy to have that. I was able to pick up some Heritage units this year as well. These I was able to pick up from the online forums and then also from Trains, the Conrail Heritage unit, and then the Pennsylvania Heritage unit. Those both came into my collection this year, and then eventually ended up going out of my collection to purchase some other things. I ended up purchasing the Conrail OCS set and needed some funds to purchase that from Trains, so I had to sell those Heritage units. Fortunately, I think we're going to see some Heritage units coming out maybe in this Volume 1 catalog. Time will tell. We also had all of those Atlas Auto Racks. Man, did we wait forever for Atlas Auto Racks. At 2 years about for those. Crazy, but those are really, really beautiful cars. They came out really well, and while I don't want to wait 2 years for the next car, they were pretty fun. And and then here is the Strasbourg 89 video that finally we were able to get out. So running this with some of the custom run freight cars that we have from different hobby shops, Public Delivery Truck being one, Metka being another one. So we were able to get all of these old Strasbourg restored freight cars running around with number 89, which is pretty cool to continue to do here on the layout since I am so close to Strasbourg. Feels just like something that we have to do here on this layout. And then my buddy Tony posted about the GP7-9s that Third Rail came out with. He had picked up 2 of them, one being the Conrail one. He ended up selling it to me. Super fortunate, Tony. Thanks again, man. Totally appreciate that. And so we added that to the collection, got to do a video and did a review for Classic Toy Trains on that one, which was pretty cool as well. That's a really neat engine. So really happy to add that one. The Crocodile. My first MTH European locomotive was the Swiss Crocodile. Really cool. Just had a video that came out actually not too long ago on that. I ended up picking this up back in the spring or summertime and ended up selling it to my buddy Eric from Eric's Trains because of the Bavarian, which came in later on that I was able to pick up. Super pumped about the Bavarian, but neither here nor there. Let's check out the Crocodile. the L1s came out, and man, did they cause quite a stir. We had a couple issues with the L1. One being the gearbox issue was bad on mine. Talked about that in my video. Sent it back to Berkshire Station. My buddy Landon hooked us up with another one right away. It fortunately ran really well. We were hoping that was a one-off problem since it was one of the first ones posted online. Unfortunately, that didn't seem to be the case. So there's still some gearbox issues out there that some people are coming up with some home remedies for. So fortunately, people had some ingenuity to do that. Unfortunately, it's not just being taken care of by Lionel. These also came out a little too green. We talked about that in a few videos as well, but really cool engines to have, ex-MTH tooling. So happy to have the L1 as part of my collection. Then the new Hudsons from MTH were delivered. Train World did a custom pacemaker version, which was super cool. They were able to send one over to us to check out here on the channel, and it is awesome. Whistle, steam, the works, really, really cool. So the second Hudson this year that we had on the layout. And it's summertime, got to head back to Detroit for Train-A-Palooza. Hey everybody, welcome back to the basement. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Train-A-Palooza 2024. Now,
Well, I drank it.
It was in program mode, that's why it wasn't working.
Well, it's like, it's so important.
back from Detroit and the Chessie engine had arrived and we were able to get a video on that one. What an awesome engine. Thanks Landon from Berkshire Station for hooking us up with that engine. Super, super cool. Those colors really pop perfectly. Those passenger cars have finally come in for a lot of folks, so you can check that out on some other channels. I know my buddy Sid has this and he picked up the old MTH cars to go with it, which saves him some coins. So check out Sid's channel if you want to see this thing in action with some of the Chessie passenger cars. But really cool engine that I think Lionel knocked out of the park. And here it is, probably one of the best buys of the year. that I'm so happy to have in my collection. This is the MTH PS3 Bavarian German steam locomotive with the 5 passenger cars to go with it. Beautiful set, really cool, and I mean, the video doesn't do it justice. Let's take a listen. And then the E-units came in, and I took a gamble moving away from the Aberdeen E-units and going with the New York Centrals, that century green color, and did they do a nice job with that. People immediately compare it to the MTH color, but the MTH color is actually off when we look at the Historical Society pictures of the restored century green E-units. Lionel knocked this one out of the park. Beautiful color, awesome locomotives. Time for Fall York. Headed straight from work over to Fall York, and we had a blast there as always. Let's check out some of the footage from Fall York and some of the running session that took place here at the layout afterwards.
Hey everybody, it is York week. Let's go.
RJ, do you still hate pizza tenders? Yeah. This thing is. I've not seen it. I've not seen one of the pizza tenders. I'm gonna love how this looks on Mercury. I cannot wait for that.
This is Jason Stuckert in his natural environment, talking with Rich Bautista, his hero. If you look closely, you'll see the light from heaven shining down on the boat.
Needed by engines. Like, okay, whatever, it doesn't.
My bad. I'm sorry.
It was orange. You would have seen it sooner or later.
Okay, so then the new Lionel GP20s, these are ex-MTH tooling, and they're old ex-MTH tooling, but really, really cool. We got the New York and Atlantic Railway. We got to do a collaboration with Train World and the New York and Atlantic Railway executives for that video, which was super cool. Took a trip to Nicholas Smith with my buddy Chris. Ended up coming home with a full Alaska set and SD70 Mac, which was super cool. And then my buddy RJ sold me an older TMCC that was converted to non-powered SD70 Mac to go with it. So beautiful set. Super happy to have this. I always wanted an Alaska set in my collection, and this year I was able to add one. Wow, I thought I'd be talking about Strasbourg 90 in my 2021 update video, but here we are. So it finally arrived, Strasbourg Hybrid 90. What a cool engine. I'm fortunate that I'm not having any issues with mine. Apparently there's some rumblings that there are some issues, I think more with like the smoke funneling and things, but I was able to run all three for my buddy John from the Lower Susquehanna Valley Club. He dropped all three off right away. We were able to get a video out with the new Petway Valley cars, and then mine arrived, and it's an awesome engine. Super happy to have that in my collection again. As a local Strasbourg person, it's a must-have for me. I understand that it's really expensive, and for some people it's probably not, but the sounds, the features it has with the Ghost Whistle, just really cool. Lionel did a good job. They took their time on it, but hey, it arrived and it works, and I'm happy. we had the L1 set came in, which was the Cumberland Valley set. Again, my buddy John dropped that off. We were able to double head the L1s, which was super cool to see and got me really excited for the decapods that were coming next. And the decapods came. We were able to run 5 decapods on the layout. My buddy John dropped off 4. I had 1, and that was such a fun video to do. That was. Video that was to kind of wrap up the year. So everyone, that was the year 2023. We saw channel growth that we over doubled our subscribership, which was really great. We were able to run lots of fun trains here on the layout. I was not able to cover all of them in our update recap here just because there was so much that we did. 87 videos. I'm not about to recap that in one. You can go back and check some of them out, but we were able to add a lot of great things to the collection this year. And just like any year, I rotate my inventory. A lot of people say, how can you afford all that? Well, I can't afford it all if I don't sell some stuff, and so I do. I had those heritage units. I had to sell those heritage units to pick up some other things. I had a big Union Pacific steam engine I bought at Trainapalooza. I sold that to pick up some passenger cars and some other things that I felt were a little bit more things that I needed in my collection than just one steam locomotive. So there's things that rotate in and out of my collection, some things that I won't sell, but some things that are always going to be on the chopping block to go. That's just the way things happen to be. Now, what's to come in 2024? Well, as I mentioned, I'm going to try to do a video a week if possible. We'll have some more Hobby Shop hops. I've got a couple of those queued up to come out here pretty soon, so we'll drop those in a couple weeks here as time goes on. I was able to take a trip out to Altoona and get some great Hobby Shop hops out there with Neely's and Schaefer's, so we'll have those coming out. We're going to do some scenery videos soon. I just completed a scene on my upper level, so I'm going to have a scenery video coming out on that. We're also going to be doing some other big announcements and some other things that are going to be going on with the channel. One of the big announcements actually that I wanted to talk about here in this video that I'm really excited about is that here in the year 2024, the TCA, or the Train Collectors Association, their national convention is being held locally here in Lancaster, which is really cool because the TCA is headquartered in Strasburg. So the fact that they're going to be close to their headquarters is really, really neat. Now, whenever the TCA does their national convention, it's a week long, and there's a lot of different tour stops and things like that that are involved. There's also layouts that are considered drop-bys that people that travel, they can then have a certain window that they can drive to those layouts and check them out. But other layouts are bus stops, and so the convention charter bus picks people up at the convention hall and drives them to specific layouts. I have been fortunate enough and honored to be selected as one of those tour stops. So if you want to see my layout, you can make sure to go to the TCA National Convention in June, and their Friday tour stops will be, one of them will be here at the layout room, and you can come check out the layout here, see some of the trains running around, ask questions and so forth, and just have a good time. So that is something that I'm super excited about. We'll probably have another video coming out as we get closer to that event with some more of the details, so that if people have questions about how to register for that they can do that there. But super excited about that. We've got volume 1 of the Lionel catalog coming out soon. I did a live stream about a week or so ago, made some predictions of some things I'm hoping to see. we'll just have to wait and see if those things actually come to fruition. So we'll have obviously that, then we'll have our York videos, and then I'm hoping to go out to Detroit again and visit my friend Jason and some of the Detroit three-railers again and get some more content out there. So hoping to bring you all along for that. I enjoy interacting with you through the comments and things like that. I continue to appreciate the positive comments. I'm thinking of adding a new section, if you will, or series or part of my videos where it's the end, it's called viewer mail. And instead of it being emails that people ask me questions on, I'm just going to read some comments, maybe some positive comments and maybe some ridiculous comments, and maybe just some other things that we find online that are completely referencing our channel. So just to kind of shed some light on some of the realities of what happens when we post things online. Some people can be a little negative, some people can be really positive and help promote to the positive energy that we want to help motivate me to keep doing this, because it's a lot of work, but I do enjoy it. And I want to thank all of you for making 2023 such a great success. I look forward to an awesome 2024. So thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far, congratulations, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, guys.